We are here with the banana himself, Bret Michaels. No one has had more fun on The Masked Singer than you. As a fan of the show going in, what surprised you the most about this experience?
First of all, thank you for having me on. I hope you are doing awesome. I absolutely love being on the show. I've watched the seasons before. It was great. The show's positive. We know right now the world could definitely use some positiveness in this world with everything we're going through and trying to stay safe and stay home. And besides it being a lot of fun, it is a crazy show. So for me as a viewer, you know, before being the human bandana banana, just being a viewer on the show, watching all the crazy outfits, the singing, the masks, and then I like to consider myself an amateur detective. So, you know, being an amateur detective, you're trying to figure everyone out. When I got there to the show, honestly, I'm not kidding, everyone treats you great, but it is truly Secret Service. Like I knew no one there, meaning I didn't know any of the other Masked Singers. Never got to really cross paths with them. They keep it really secret, everything. You're covered like Darth Vader. You know, they can't see you at all. And then when you're in that outfit, it is crazy because if you're like me, I've got all this energy and then I'm inside this big mask. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hot in there. I lost a good 5 pounds of diabetic workout weight, right?
Yeah, just water weight.
But it was a blast and my heart's pounding, but I went out there and had such a great time doing it.
Did anything catch you off guard? Was there anything you weren't prepared for going in? As a fan of the show, you must have known what you were in for, but was there anything where you're like, whoa, I didn't expect it to be like this?
Yeah, here's a couple things. When you're singing out of the mask, and this is for everybody, you're really singing. This is the real deal. So you're singing, I've got this, I was laughing, I said this tiny banana hole or hole in the banana that's my mouth. My eyes and my mouth have to sing out of this, right? So I'm going in there and I'm trying to look, your peripheral vision is gone.
Yeah.
But I like to block that stage and have a good time. And I just said, here we go. I'm just going to go out and do it. But a couple things that happened for me that really kind of throw you off, like when we were doing the brick house, I never got to rehearse it. Sometimes things just get crazy. And I love the song to listen and party to, but not really something I performed ever before. So I'm like, I'm going to go out there and wing this and just have fun with Kitty. And
just
then
dive right into the deep end.
Sweet Kitty broke my heart.
Well, now that it's out there, bandana banana is a trending topic. You mentioned the phrase banana of love last night. Any inspiration this alter ego has given you for future projects? Fans would definitely be here for a new twist on Rock of Love.
Who knew that being a human banana would open up so many more doors and opportunities? I'm just thinking right now the Rock of Love series is trending big. This is going on. I'm thinking maybe a banana of love. Maybe it'll be like the old mystery. Remember the old dating shows where they had the wall up and you had to like him for the personality? I'm just saying.
There's something going here, and I think fans would be here for that for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, last night's episode fell on a poetic night for you, the 10th anniversary of your brain hemorrhage. Knocking on Heaven's Door, obviously a perfect song choice, but you didn't actually know it would line up with the anniversary. How meaningful was that coincidence when you realized?
It was extremely meaningful, and here's why I say that. I had no idea at all that it was going to line up on April 22nd. And exactly on the West Coast when it was airing is when they were actually operating on my brain and the brain bleed so that I would survive to see the next day. And I'll tell you what, to be performing Knocking on Heaven's Door, and that happened at the same time, and on my life and my kid's life, we had no idea that any of that stuff would line up. And so, and I said this, I never celebrate the hemorrhage. I never celebrate the brain hemorrhage. But I do celebrate the fact that I'm on the good side of the dirt. I get to be here with you today. I'm on the good side of the stage, and life is rocking. Even through these insanely tough times we are going through with everybody, it's about mentally staying positive and spiritually, and then at the same time, you know, physically having a lot of fun, like being the banana, you know, on Masked Singer.
Yeah, and you never would have known that last night would have been the night you ended up saying goodbye too. It just seems that it just was kind of destiny.
Yeah, it was. It all just like you said, things are ironic in life, and it's destiny. When they collide like that, it is crazy. And then I knew when I walked out there, I'm one of those guys, so I've got a little OCD going on, and I'm sitting there, so there's part of you going, just have fun, go rock this, have a great time. And then part of my brain goes, I'm in a banana outfit. I'm like a real life Peter Parker. I'm like Spider-Man. No one knows it's me. I'm a ghost in the hallway. And if we're around each other, I'm a handshake, how you doing, how's your family kind of guy. That's the toughest part. And then I'm ready to walk out on that stage last night, and I looked up, and I'd seen, all the social media, and everyone 99-1 is guessing it's me, and I want to stay on the show. And I'm like, man, I got this tonight. I'm going to throw them off somehow. And I looked up, and it was Sharon Osbourne, and we have been friends forever, did shows together. And I just went, this may be it. This may be it.
Well, you said that your kids played a big role in your choice to do the show. Were you able to let the girls in on it, or did they have to find out with the rest of us? Were they on Secret Service lockdown too?
I've kept everyone Secret Service. I'm telling you, family, parents, Eric Stone Street from Modern Family wouldn't stop hitting me up. And then finally last night he got me. He's like, you've lied to me now for a whole season. You know what I mean? So the kids, the only reason they knew was when the show wanted to have them on for a clue package. And then I got to thank my daughters, Rain Elizabeth, Georgia Blue. They, they're teenage girls, and they are social media crazy. And the fact that they kept it a secret, they are going to get an extra allowance for that.
Nice. Who was the hardest to keep the secret from? And did you ever almost accidentally spill it?
Oh, yeah. Here's what happened. Everyone blows your phone up. Everybody, like, I know those moves. Wait, you can hide that voice best you can, but I know this. So I've got all my friends, the crew, family, but it was really toughest to keep it from my sisters, Michelle and Nicole. They were going crazy on me, and a lot of people had bets going, and they would trick me with like, hey, Banana, what do you, and hoping that I would respond, and I'd have to, you almost had to.
Who's Banana? What are you talking about?
Not to respond. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, I love the show, but I'm pretty sure that's Keith Urban or Kid Rock or Brad Paisley. It's got to be one of them.
Right, right. Well, being a professional singer does make this show a little bit harder because your voice is so recognizable. So what are some of the craziest tricks you pulled to try to disguise your sound?
Number one, that's a great question. Number one, trying to disguise your voice is number one, because if you're an athlete or you go on here as maybe a talk show host or an actor, you might be able to disguise the voice a little better. But if you're known for singing, immediately, I wanted to stay on this show. I dove in 1,000%. And the first thing I said is, as much as I love Elvis and I love Billy Ray and Achy Breaky and Bill Withers, Lean on Me, I'm like, give me some songs that are outside of the wheelhouse. And that makes it tough because you're performing like the Elvis song, A Little Less Conversation, has more words per square beat than any song in history. And I'm trying to spit those out, do that, keep active, nervous, so I'm excited and nervous, and sing it with an Elvis-y tone to it. So I'm singing it lower register than I would normally sing. That's one of the biggest tricks.
Yeah, so an artistic challenge for you, definitely.
It is. And then I'm a people person, so I like to get out there in the crowd. And then I started Achy Breaky in the crowd and immediately realized, because you go right into the song, right? You're right into it. And all of a sudden I'm out there and people are feeling the peel and they're doing all this. And one of them leans into trying to look inside the hole in the mask. And they're like, Bret. And I'm like, and all of a sudden the song started.
You're not engaged, yeah.
Yeah. And the song started. I'm like, okay, I'm 2 bars into the song I'm supposed to be singing, and I just winged it from there.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just the voice that can give you away. Like you said, Sharon Osbourne picked up on a signature move of yours as well. So when you saw her, you must have known the jig was up. She had you pegged from the first few notes.
The gig was up, and here's what's weird. Because our brains are in the moment, so I'm living in the moment, but as I'm playing Knocking on Heaven's Door, I'm really playing the chords on there, and I look up, and I'm singing it, and I see her lean over and say my name while I'm singing it, and I go, no. I'm like, Bret, bring it back. Focus, Banana. Focus.
Stay in it.
Yeah, just stay in it. And I'm like, I knew when I saw her in that tunnel when I was looking out, I'm like, this may be it, and I want to be here till the end. But I had, honest to God, I mean this truthfully, the crew, the music directors, the producers, everyone at Fox, everyone working on that show, choreography, everything. You get treated great. I tell anyone that's asked to do it, I mean this truthfully, it is surreal and fun. You get to be a real life Avenger.
Yeah.
Like they don't know who you are in there.
Yeah, it's a secret identity.
Yes.
Well, and by the end, Ken was the only judge not convinced it was you, but there were some entertaining guesses tossed around the whole season. What were some of your favorites? Did you ever think you'd get confused for Larry the Cable Guy, for example?
When he called me out as Larry the Cable Guy, I said, I am honored. And then I'm thinking to myself, good. I was thinking, good. I'm throwing him down the right path with Blue Collar, being from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it was part of the dog I do a big pets collection thing. So the Blue Collar was one of the big sellers, but we threw him down the comedy line, and immediately Jen's like, there's no way. His legs are as big as my arm. And I was like, man. Dude. So to be honest with you, Ken going down the wrong path was actually kind of great.
Yeah. And, Johnny Knoxville, what have you said, Brad Paisley, a few other ringers in there too. You're like, all right.
Brad Paisley. I got Johnny Knoxville. I think we got, I know Larry the Cable Guy, honored to be all of them, but was glad they were going that direction. And I'm like, no, I'm going to if they keep going like that, it'll be great. Unfortunately, the social media blew up the first night because I looked, I'm like, man, I think we fooled them. And it was like 98, 99% Bret Michaels. And I'm like, I got to bring something different next week.
Well, you don't have to put on the banana costume again, at least just yet. It's totally up to you. But you seem to have no trouble adjusting to it. How long does it really take to get fully suited up?
I'm going to tell you, it takes time. And very, very few people back there know that it's you. So very few people, there's only a select few people that can work with you. And it takes, I'm going to tell you, getting into those outfits, getting into the Masked Singer, especially for the banana, it is, you got this, I chose leather of all things, I had to go out there with The Rock.
As you do.
So I went leather, and I'm like, this may not have been my wisest choice heat wise. And then you're trying to pull, the pants are, they're sweaty, you're pulling them on. The costume designers are amazing to work with, but I'm claustrophobic. I'm a guy that loves the open road and big open spaces.
And this is like blinders.
And so putting that on, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I just mentally got in the zone and said, you're here to have fun. It's a positive show. Go have a great time.
And is it actually that hard to take off? Nick always looks like he's really struggling to help with the unmasking, with getting the head off.
It is. I think it's a bit of the struggle. Plus, they know, I'm not going to lie to you. I lost a good 5 pounds doing that show. It's fun, it's hot, but when you're getting that mask off, it's part of the drama, but it really takes time because it's all strapped on. You don't want to be, the worst thing that can happen in that audience is you come out there, and the first night I did it, it was my fault. There's a couple things not all hooked up, and I'm like, if you watch the first littlest conversation, you'll see me keep, and I'm like, this thing's going to fly off. Yeah, I'm going to be done right now. Yeah.
You'd rather have it be too hard to take.
I was doing some banana movement.
You said the show's positive energy is something we always need, but especially right now. You've been keeping busy in quarantine with furniture restoration, go-karting, and of course music, but we need to know what's coming down on that TikTok channel. Any dance?
Yep, here's what's happening. TikTok, I'm telling you, it's great. And again, musical. And people have so much fun with it. That TikTok channel, I tell people to go to it. The TikTok account, we are going to make it not only musical and fun, but a mass party. And I always do a lot of contests that, like, and I'm using this for my upcoming Honest Scrapography, May 12th. I'm doing a book stimulus where we're giving people $500 for the pre-order, $500 to do what they want with, $500 for charity. They get $100 for the gift certificate, but they actually get it. Every Rose Has Its Thorn guitar that I used for the show last night, closing it out. And what I do with that is I love to give back the fans, the 2 generations of amazing fans, to give back to the winner of that pre-order. The one person that wins that gets something awesome and some money to go have fun with. But we're going to do the same thing with the TikTok account. We're going to make it great.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're diving deep with your upcoming auto scrapography as well, dropping next month. What sets this apart from your standard rock memoir, and what can diehard fans look forward to learning?
I promise you this. I tried to do something with auto scrapography. It comes May 12th. It's up at bretmichaels.com for anyone to pre-order. It comes in ebook, classic hard copy, and for the first time ever, we're going to do in this room it's an audio visual biopic. So I'm going to read the whole book here to everybody. Every chapter, go through it. You'll hear me read it, but then we're having moving images. We're having still pictures, everything that'll fade up. So you're hearing the book. It's just like taking Audible and going one step up with the visual, but you'll take an image that was frozen and then it starts moving. And it just, like I said, the book covers everything from my birth, going through every adversity in my life, the great moments, the sad moments, and it jumps all over the place with the pictures to prove it. But I hand wrote the whole book. So every story you're going to feel, from not just music, it goes far beyond that into, at 16 years old, with 3 of my buddies being held at gunpoint, and I negotiated for my life. And that story's in this book, down to where you can actually feel what we were going through, and then into very funny things of growing up, and then stuff now. And it just takes a really good journey through my life, the highs and lows. But I'd always like to think, being a diabetic since the age of 6, that what I wanted to tell people is I always try to find a positive way to spin stuff, even in my toughest times.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to that, and to the next chapter, hopefully Banana of Love. I'm just going to sign off on that right now. So we'll keep on the lookout, all right?
We're right here, you and me.
Bret Michaels,
Banana Love.
so much.
You think I'm kidding? Banana Love is coming. We're going to make it
that serious.
Mystery dating. You actually have to like the person in the costume for their personality. Everyone talks about it, but you won't know what they look like till they're unmasked. I'm just throwing it out there.
Let's make it happen. All right. Thank you so much. And congratulations on such a great time on the show. It was a blast watching you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time, and be safe to you and your family. All right.
You too. Take care. Thank you so much.